Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition's CD Storm, produced by Henry Parker. Oh, we have an exciting night for you tonight. But first of all, I want to bring to my audience this lovely lady here, Mariah.
Yay!
Now, Mariah, you are a very interesting lady, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
You know, Mariah, we have an understanding that you're a medium.
Yes, I'm a medium.
Wow, that is so interesting. How did you even get started with this? Is it something that was gift to you, or did you have to learn how to do it? How did it all come about?
Well, that's the thing. Usually medium, like, it's usually a gift, you know. A lot of people are born with it, but you can develop it. So if anybody out there was wondering, you know, if it's just like, oh, you're just born with it, yes, you can. It's something you can develop. So yeah, I mean, I was just born with the gift. I didn't really develop it till I was older. I had a better understanding more when I was older of what, you know, this supernatural thing really was.
And have you yourself had any personal experiences with people that have passed on?
You mean talking to them?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, that's what
What is a medium exactly? For the people that
Yes,
don't
that's
know,
a great question.
What is a medium?
So a medium is an individual who has the ability to communicate with the so-called dead.
Okay. Did you hear that?
We call it so-called dead because they're actually not really dead. We're communicating with spirit.
So you believe that we just pass on. So you believe that death, physical death, is just not the end, and that there's more to it?
No, I mean, this mediumship is the evidence, basically.
Wow. Where are you from? Can I ask?
I'm from Boston.
You're from Boston?
Yes.
Wow, that is great.
Hence why Boston Medium. I'm born and raised.
Okay. Well, I was going to. Can you call on somebody right now for us?
I mean, that's the thing. It's, if you want, I can do a live reading, but you know, I don't know in terms of if you had more questions and stuff, because it can take as long as it needs to. I mean, I don't, you know. Wow, someone's calling.
And so if you was going to do one on me, you would ask me certain questions about somebody of my family who may have passed on and things like that. Oh, so you would have to have some knowledge about.
Oh, no, that's the thing. There, I would actually prefer that I didn't have knowledge, so you could actually make the connection and see that, you know, what I'm saying or doing is, you know, the truth. But like I said, I mean, when you open up to people, anything's possible. Sometimes when you open up to people, you're not gonna get, you know, sometimes somebody's not gonna make a connection. I can bring in someone and someone can be like, I don't know really who that person is, and it's really the message that is most important. But then a lot of times I tell this happens when I bring someone in and they don't recognize it. The next day they'll contact me and be like, oh, that's so-and-so and so-and-so. And it's usually a level of openness. So the more open someone is, the more I'm going to be able to tap in easier. The more closed, it's going to be harder to kind of make a connection. And especially if someone doesn't know a lot of people who passed on, that's when it comes in. I'll bring in someone, maybe they knew briefly or not too much, or just kind of like, like they'd be like, well, why are they coming in? I didn't know them. Well, the thing about it is that we're all family in the spirit world. So even if you maybe, I mean, even if you knew someone like briefly, they're still watching over you, protecting you, because in the spirit world, we're all family. So
that is so interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me, is anyone else in your family a medium?
So yeah, I have. So I'm the youngest of 5. We're all
You're the youngest of 5.
We're all psychic. All of us have the gift, and some of some of us are in practice, and I have an older sister who is actually a medium. So yes, we all have it.
And when you're starting out your day out, and you say to yourself, well, I'm gonna practice today. So you say, how would you start out, and what would you do? Is it a meditation?
Like practice? What do you mean, like a practice?
You said practice. I'm just going by what you just said. You said, well, that you're practicing, and some gets better than other. How do you become better? Is it time over a certain period of time? You decide to get better. Is that how it goes?
It's that you're continuously doing it, but it is also up to the level of what you're open to and your skills and everything. So it's not really so much that someone has more ability than the other one. It's just how you work, basically. Some people they'll communicate by hearing things or hearing it's like we're all different. Mediums are all different. So we do it in all different ways. I just happened to start off, my thing was on the phone with people, you know, and so I mean I do the medium thing face to face, but there's so many different levels. Some people see things, smell things, hear things and everything. I'm usually very visual, so when I do the mediumship and I'm bringing in the evidence, I'm seeing
I see. And you have
the
to be
person.
open. You have to be
very open.
So tell us an experience that you had with this. Is there any
With
experience?
so many.
So many?
My
Just
God,
one,
my God.
Because there's going to be a tremendous amount of people looking at this right here, and there's going to be no doubt that you're going to get many calls.
Call in, please. I love it. So for one, that's something that's going to blow your mind. I guess I should mention. I talk to dead entertainers.
Wow.
So that's a huge part of what I do. And at first, you know, it's crazy because when you open up to this and you make this commitment to do this, you could go in any direction, but you got to be open because that's your calling, you know. And so when I opened to this, I had no idea what was in store for me. There was, of course, I was scared, but when I went through it, it was like opening the door to the adventure land. It was like adventure time.
And you're scared no more. You're scared no more.
Oh, no. When I was just opening, once you're in, you're in. So you don't have time to be scared. And so
can you call on someone that you don't want? Can you, like a Pandora's box? And they say you don't want to, like I was always told as a child not to mess with Ouija boards because you may open up a door that you don't want to. Is a medium, is there anything like that you can open up a door, open up something that you really don't want to?
That's the thing. If you don't know what you're doing, a lot of times it can. That's the thing. I don't like to say that it can be like dangerous.
Yeah.
But if you're just playing around with stuff, you're not doing any work. You're not meditating. You're not having any commitment to what you have to do. You can open up a door to a lot of things you don't want in, especially if you're open. So it's important if you're choosing this route. This is your commitment. This is your life. You have to you have to do the work necessary to constantly protect yourself. To constantly. I have to meditate every single day. I have to clear. I have to cleanse. I have to be in practice. I have to get anything that Spirit is telling me to do on my path. I have to follow it. I have to do what I'm here to do, but mainly also, you know, I have to stay positive. And I can't speak for all mediums, but the way that I work, it's about staying in a high vibration, and that's how you keep out the bad, like the stuff you don't want. When you're in a high vibration, you're only connecting to the highest, and that's what you want to connect with. That's the truth. You don't want to connect with anything that might be tricking you or fooling you, or you don't know when you're in confusion. When you're doing this, you have to have certainty, and you have to know, because you're giving people readings. You can't just be doing it and you're kind of like uncertain. So when I'm giving people readings, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I'm not like just thinking about these things and telling you things you want to hear. This is actual information. You know, I've been in practice doing this, but it's a lot of listening to Spirit and knowing how to use your intuition and knowing how to connect directly, you know, with Spirit intuitively and having that connection.
Yes. Well, I've been a skeptic for years on this subject, and I'll tell you, but once I become an adult, I get visions, and I swear my grandfather comes to me and talks to me. There's just certain things that happen that it's just unmistakable. This is my granddad, you know? Let me ask you, in all this, is your diet very important to you and what you eat?
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, things you put, like, for one, I don't drink and I don't, you know, do any kind of drugs or anything. I'm completely sober. And I'm not saying that doesn't go for everyone, but that's what I chose. I chose that because I wanted to have the clearest connection. I wanted to evolve and make sure that I was evolving, and not saying that's every medium's path and every medium has to do that, but I felt that was my path. So always being clear and just being able to connect with the highest good and not being clouded by anything of that helps it. I feel. And like also, yes, I mean, with diet and exercise, yes, but again, I can't speak for all mediums. Like that's what I definitely like to incorporate that. Yes.
Okay. Tell me, what's up with this right here? This fancy little thing you got on here.
It's a cape. It's a cape. I usually have butterfly
So
wings.
when you leave, are you going to jump out the window?
I know, right? Woo! Fly right out.
Usually superheroes, they jump out the window or something.
Right? I know. This is the next level. I had butterfly wings, and my sister got me a cape, and I love it. And I was just like, I'm gonna wear my cape. You know, it's like I see it as the cloak of protection. That's the cloak of protection when you're opening up. And so I usually wear certain things when I'm opening up, like butterfly wings and a crown. And to me, that represents, some people think I'm being silly and just dressing up, but to me that represents stepping in to the childlike nature and the joy and the angelic realm and that whole magical world and really bringing it to life.
You're a lively spirit.
But that's what it is. This is all about angels and spirit just want you to be you. That's the whole point. This isn't
scary.
That,
ladies and gentlemen?
They're trying to guide you to your highest self. That's why they're spirit. They're free. Yes. They know what it's like on the other side. They want you to experience that, and they try to help you to become that. And so a lot of my spirits and angels love it when I wear that stuff. They love when I dress up because I'm stepping into that, that play and the lightheartedness. And the crown represents to the, protecting the crown, the chakra, stepping into the power, wings, freedom. Stepping into the power, my cloak of protection, the stepping into that,
Okay. Well, this is the first new season of the CD Storm Show where we're lining up a whole line of interesting guests. And I got to have you back on my show.
Yes.
And when you come back on my show, I want you to do something with me.
Yes.
We'll get together prior and maybe we'll have lunch so you can get to know me and get what information that you need from me. I would like for you to come back on my show. And everybody, I want you to mark this down. And I know I'm going to hear a lot of slack about it, but
I think we should do a reading next show. We should do a reading next show.
Okay. A reading. And now is it with the palm?
No. I do tarot as well, but I do the medium. I'm just going to open up and see who's around you, basically.
Okay.
If you're open to that.
And
also, I just like to add, I'm at Ritual Arts in Alston.
Yes.
I work out of there and I do medium readings there. So if anybody would like to make an appointment with me, and walk-ins are in our weekends, and I'm there Saturday, Sunday for walk-ins, and you can make an appointment anytime.
You can give to the people. You have an address? Or an email, a website?
I forgot. I forgot the address.
I'm going to get back to you.
Listen, it's Ritual Arts in Alston, and you can find me you can find me on Facebook, Mariah Ashley Piquet, and I have a radio show called Paranormal Playground Sound, which is on WEMF radio, but I am transitioning here to Boston radio, Boston Free Radio. So,
So you're a radio host as well?
Yes, that's how I started out.
Come on,
yes, that's how I started out.
So
yes.
You still run that, right?
Yes,
You're going to have to have me on your show.
Yes.
Poetry
yes, here. Yes.
I
I play music, oldies and stuff, and I do the live readings and guided meditations.
If it went out, I got enough footage with her.
Because the phone ring and I clicked dismiss.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That's okay, because I got some footage. But I'm still with you,
live
boy.
Here.
I'm still with you, and I'm still with you over there. So that's okay. I love having you on my show.
Thank you.
Tell us something. There's a lot of young women, a lot of guys out there, past the medium stuff, because it's no doubt that you're a very spiritual person. And I want you to give the looking audience out there a spiritual uplifting message to part with.
Well, today my show, The Boston Medium, was all about love, and something I've been in practicing and trying to bring more into my life, because it's a very difficult thing an energy to have during these, kind of troubling times we're in. It seems very uninspiring. And the way that we get through this, the way that we can have this hope is love. And that's really the answer. And I know it seems so easy, to say, and so cliche, but when we really are educated about what love is, our lives will change. And I'm not talking about romance or something that's sweet and, a man and a woman. I'm talking about the force that wakes us up every day. The force that makes us go to work. The force that makes us do anything. Everything that's created here, everything that we have is because we love. Someone loves us. We get up, we breathe, the oxygen is free. Why? Because something loves us. If there's an unconditional force here that wants us, something wants you to be alive. Something wants us to be alive right now. If that exists, then that means that exists within you. And that's you to give birth to something with love. Unconditional love. What are you going to create based upon unconditional love? Not what are you going to create out of fear. Not what are you going to create out of hurt. What are you going to create and be motivated by with love? And it's so simple to just sit down and think about 5 things that you love and replay it over and over in your head throughout the day to make you feel good inside, or say I love you. I'm going on this rant of just saying I love you to everybody, and it's a very vulnerable thing to do, but it makes such a difference, understanding what love is, that there's nothing attached to it except for the total givingness. And that's what it is all about. Total, just unconditional, just giving and giving. And that is the bottom line of love. And we all know what giving is. What giving does, it makes us happy. Giving is a very happy thing. And so that's another thing to start in practicing. And I created this one woman love movement where I post every day. I'll just say I love you to everybody.
It's a pleasure having you on my show, dear. And we're gonna schedule you to come right back.
Yes.
I don't know what your schedule is, but you're gonna have to squeeze me in.
Okay.
There.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We have Mariah here, ladies and gentlemen. And
thank you so much for having me on.
I want you to stay tuned because there's a part 2 to
Woo!
the CD Storm show coming up right now.
Woo! Yes!
Scat TV, baby.
Spread the love. This was awesome. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure.
Oh, this is great. Thank you so much. I appreciate this a lot. Thank you. So much gratitude. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're in my prayers. I'm going to
Thank
have you back.
you.